May I invite Pei Ling once again back to stage to introduce the KYA framework and what's next? Pei, please.
Thank you. Well, I must thank you for being such a wonderful audience, for sitting here and enduring all of this with us. But please bear with me last part. So you have heard about all the exciting developments, and we are progressing, pushing ahead with agentic AI. Obviously, this will represent a very new chapter for all of us, not just at MetaComp Alpha Ladder, but also, I think, for the industry as well. Now, with all of that, you have heard what we are going to do. You've seen the roadmap. But as a company that is committed to deploying technology responsibly, we cannot just have agentic AI to run, for example, your KYC, whereby personal agent, enterprise agent, autonomously working with each other and then just onboard like that. Then we have the KYT part, which Bo has showcased or demo the Web3 version. And then, of course, eventually is the actual transactions itself for payments and wealth. All of these are great. It will be the future. But at the same time, there is a need to make sure that there is a supervisory one around this. So in line, and of course, I should say that why I'm saying this is because as we push forward with all of this, there will be new risks that will emerge. As with any new technology that emerges, there will be new risks. There will be people who will try to exploit it, so on and so forth. And even putting that aside, we just want to make sure that when it's automatically run, it runs according to the way that we want them to, and in this case, safely and compliantly. So some of the risks that you may expect, for example, in expanded attack surface areas, unpredictable behaviors when agents communicate with each other autonomously. There could be, bias concerns. There could be data protection concerns. There could be oversight decay over time because you're so used to it being so automatic. And then there are liabilities that may come, concerning compliance and legal. So these are, of course, things that we should always have at the back of our mind. And so some of you may know, if not, let me share, is that earlier this year in January, IMDA, the Singapore Statutory Board, has introduced or launched the AI model framework, governance framework for agentic AI. So the AI ethics framework was launched a few years ago, world first. And with that, they upgraded it to cover the agentic AI. So what we are doing is that we're going to take alignment from this framework, and we're going to develop one that is contextualized to the financial sector and specifically for payments and wealth. And what we will call it is our KYA framework, which is Know Your Agent framework. And so the framework will therefore, in alignment with the IMDA's framework, to have broadly 4 categories or 4 areas. One is to assess and bound risks. So I have to identify, bound it. 2, for human accountability, to make sure that we do not automate it to such an extent that we take humans out of the loop entirely. That human oversight must continue to be a key part of this. And then the technical controls part. And then finally, adaptive controls. So with all of this, what this means is that for the KYA framework, not only will it enable the KYC component to be safe and efficient, but also enabling a supervisory layer across end to end, even as we implement agentic AI to deliver all that we have said, from KYC to the transaction monitoring, KYT, and then eventually to execute payment and wealth services. So in essence, this KYA framework is to set the agent-to-agent communication standards contextualized for financial services, especially for payments and wealth. It will also take into account multi-agent patterns in order to do that. And so this is something that we will be embarking on in tandem to make sure that even as we embrace agentic AI, we deploy technology, we deploy AI responsibly. And as we embark on this endeavor, we do warmly welcome all our industry partners and friends, if you wish, to join us in doing so that we can co-create and build this. And of course, I do hope to be able to work with MAS and IMDA to deliver this, because under the IMDA framework, you are also inviting for use case. So we want to be part of that effort and journey. So this is for the KYA framework. I left this to the last because I want you to know what are possible, what we have, but at the same time, we continue to make sure that we are a responsible player in this whole landscape. Last but not least, please indulge me. I do want to do a short demo of the StableX network interface because there is something that I thought would be quite interesting. When we talk about network, it's not just us doing and pushing to you. It's not a one-way street. In the end, we want this network to be an ecosystem that is live, where members contribute to help, to build this up, and then it becomes a shared utility. And so this is why there was a tagline to say, when our network grows, your power grows. So let me demonstrate to you. Okay. So this will be live and available to our partners and clients on 1st of May. So this one is a preview for you. So earlier, Summer, and also to some example, have gone into great detail to explain and demonstrate to you how our Web 2.5 VisionX work, right? And but whatever had been shared here earlier mainly would be integrating or leveraging across the different analytics database. This is the part whereby it is basically addressing the trusted intelligence network portion, where we would like to have our partners to also contribute the information. That means it's not just building up that database, that capability based on transactions that run through us and also from across the databases, but our network members could be banks, could be PSPs, could be anyone in our network to come and contribute. Now, this part, there are two parts. One is retrieval part. So as we are doing all of this, actually back end, we are building up a database to be able to match, to collect the information, to match, the profiles with the relevant or associated wallets and accounts. So back end, we are building up this. And so as we continue, is that, so when you are a member of the network, and for example, now you want to search to see whether this particular person, this particular profile, what are some of the associated wallets or accounts tagged to this person. So let's do the chain one first, network. Okay, let's choose something in Bitcoin, for example. So in this case, maybe you have someone's name and then email address that you happen to know. If you don't have this owner's, so owner's name and email. So this is the combination that you need to retrieve the information. If not, if you happen to have a hash code that is tagged to this, because when you actually input, which I'll show later, a combination of the name and email address, we can generate a unique hash code. But in this case, let's assume you don't have, you just have the name and email address. And then now you put the wallet, you just want to assess the risk and then start screening. And then here you will get the information. I won't go through in details because you've seen the earlier reports already go down. And then, so this is the summarized view. And if you want to download the full report, just click here, you'll get the PDF version, similar to what Summer had shown on screen earlier. Yeah, so go back in the interest of time. Can go back, yeah. So now you can do the same for a bank account. Just click through. Same thing, bank name. So similarly, you input and then, so if you are wondering, the guy who's managing this is called Dennis. Really, he's really called Dennis. Yeah. Then start screening. So same thing, you will get similar results. So screening, the summary, and then PDF. No need to open PDF, go back. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it's 2.5. You can choose the wallet, which is on-chain, and then the bank account, which is TradFi. So now these are retrieval. So here comes the part whereby you can contribute. So go to flag now. So say, for example, you have, through the course of your work and various transactions, you've come across a profile that you think maybe something's not right, you want to flag it to us, to contribute to this. So this is where you can input. So for example, in this case, just choose a network, let's say a Bitcoin, it's a wallet that you have decided that this is associated with a person, owner name, Dennis again, and then email address. Yeah. So one of the key concerns that partners may have when doing this is whether privacy, data privacy, you don't want to just anyhow, reveal these PII, right? So then what we do is that if you be able to put these two inputs, automatically will generate a hash code. Then we will only store hash code. We will not store the owner name and the email address. So it will only be hash code stored, and then put a reason. And so this hash code, together with this address and the reason, flagging it, we can submit. Then this will be passed on back end. We'll review to validate, to make sure that it is indeed true. Don't want to anyhow, make life difficult for others, right? But just to make sure that it's reviewed. And then once it's successful, whether it's yes, it's bad, or no, it's actually good, we will notify the person who has input this. And then, of course, we will do the needful recording back end to our database. And for this one, only authorized persons will get to access this on our camp portal and to make the report. Because obviously, we can't make this so liberal that anyone, in case they have a personal dispute, we don't want that kind of things to happen, right? So only authorized persons. So this is what you can expect very soon. And it will add to the capability of VisionX itself. This is the contribution part from the network itself. And it will also, therefore, help to beef up our capability to address the travel rule unhosted wallet challenge. So bit by bit, piece by piece, we're basically putting the jigsaw puzzle together to give you a more comprehensive and fuller picture over time. So this will be the main one. The rest is just go down. The rest would be, you'll be able to access the StableX engine here. So real time, get a quote within 3 seconds, get a quote, decide whether you want to transact or execute. And then of course, we have our PayX, payment services, as well as wealth services. So these would be on our camp portal. So once you have onboarded, you have an account, you'll be able to access this, except for the flag now, only authorized persons. And then just a little advertisement as well. Our app will also be coming up soon. So at the touch of your fingers on your mobile phone, you'll be able to access all the information that you need. Fiat, crypto, Web2, Web3 combined. You can see your balances, you can do transactions, you can even apply for a card, for example, all in the app. So it's coming up. So that's all from the demo side, and I hope that we have shared a lot with you and that you are also excited with us in this journey. So StableX Network is our answer to the challenges that I have articulated earlier. And with that, we hope that with the implementation of agentic AI, we'll be able to transform how products and services are delivered to you and your customers. And at the same time, by doing whatever that we have done, including the KYA framework, that we'll be able to deploy technology in a very responsible manner, and together with you to continue to build up the ecosystem to deliver good to the rest of the world. So with that, thank you so much. Thank you.